What's up, children of the sun? Your metaphysical advisor, Monterey Bible. Let me make sure this is on no disturb. Okay. I wanted to start a new segment for my channel, and this is just my deep thoughts. So, a few people have wanted to get to know me better as a person, not just a tarot reader. There's many dimensions to myself, and I have a lot of deep thoughts. If you're interested, great. You can tune into them. I'm always going to title them Deep Thoughts and then probably put a title to it. Or you can skip it. It doesn't matter. But if you do, if you like it, be sure to hit the like button and let me know if you guys are actually interested in it. But I do have a lot of deep thoughts about life, the world, the situations going on. I'll try not to be too political, but I like to keep things kind of spiritual as well. As I'm filming this, it's the 12th, and we're approaching a new moon. I work from home, so all I do is think, because I have a lot of time to myself. But we're approaching the new moon time, and the new moon is, I'm not an astrologer, but I keep up with astrology, and I watch a lot of astrologers. And I have apps and stuff like that. So I try to educate myself on the coming transits and stuff. And, the new moon is said to be very powerful this year. It's the first new moon of the year. And it's going to be 23 degrees. So it's not going to be till like maybe later in the night, close to midnight, probably 23 degrees. And it's getting in conjunction with Pluto, and Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of, destruction, and, the phoenix, you burn it down before you rebuild it. But it's also a reset, and on a global scale, we've heard so many things about this, great reset that is supposedly happening with the world. And with this new moon, I think it has a lot to do with starting anew on 2021. I'm very optimistic when it comes to what's happening in 2021. For me personally, my whole life has changed. Like I said, I'm able to work from home. My love life has gotten a little serious. I've who I associate with, my friends, who's important in my life and who's not. I'm a Sagittarius rising, so it's all happening in my second house of not only money, but things that I value, what I find value in. As a Pisces, it's happening in the 11th, which is, who I associate with and the groups that I put myself in. The bigger picture of how I fit in the world. So it's been a lot of things for me, mainly how I think with me, it's been how I express myself, and not only the groups, but my own self-value, my own self-worth, of what I'm good, what I am, not only, how do I say this, how I value myself, especially in sexual relationships and whatnot, because I was like, I've cut down so many lovers, and I had a few, and I don't know if it was the pandemic, well, somewhat, a little bit of the pandemic, but also just me thinking like, this isn't worth it. I don't want to have, all these people. I don't want to be seen as a fuckboy, I'm more than that. And if people can't see that, if they just see me as a sexual object, which I don't mind, I am a sexual person, but there's more to it. It's so, I think 2019 is when I kind of came to that realization of I was so tired of spreading myself thin when it came to people and lovers and, dating. And so that's still kind of, I feel like it's still part of the value system of my own self-worth and my own value, because that's very valuable for me, and spending time with people, because I still have a couple of lovers, and they call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. One of my new standards is I go to bed at midnight. I don't answer the phone after midnight. So, and I started turning my phone off. I used to just let people, if guys were coming around, they were like, hey, come over. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I didn't have a standard, I didn't have a rule for myself, and I was just let whatever happens. But I guess in the last 2 years, 2020, 2019, 2020, I started making rules for myself where it's like, no, you can't come over at this time, or I just don't answer the phone. Because if people would not respect my time, if you want to hang out, you call me early, right? Don't call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. It just makes me feel like, oh, okay. I mean, even if it's just sex, which I don't mind just sex, but if it's just that, you call me early, just respect my time. So I don't know, I've been cutting on a lot of people just that way. Me also expressing myself, how I believe about different things, different situations. A few people cut themselves out of my life, so I'm like, cool, great. Because if it takes that, you didn't know me in the first place. Some people I cut out because, they over-sexualize me, and I'm like, respect my space. I said, even before all this pandemic stuff, I like my space. I like my personal space. And I don't like people being too close to me. I never liked that. And so when people invade my space, I'm like, back up, So it's been a lot of stuff. It's been a lot of learning about what it means to, respect myself, and what are my standards, what are my rules, what are my personal rules for myself, And the same as we push into this new moon time, it's this new beginning. I won't say that I'm dating, but I'm really serious with a Leo, of all people. And we've been up and down, but it's good. And I would like to see it go further. I mean, it was basically my quarantine buddy for 2020. Take that for whatever you will, And so life was pretty intense for 2020. It wasn't bad. It was just intense, because I was focused on one person. It wasn't a lot of people like trying to go out and do stuff. So, we, got to know each other a little bit better. So for 2021, I was like, I would like to see where this would go. I mean, I've been saying that, but it's good to kind of see him kind of thinking differently or feeling differently. So I'm trying to see where that's going to go. Hopefully somewhere good. Being the person that I am, I've already looked at all the charts and stuff. I'm like, what's your birthday? What's your time? And strange enough, he's got like a lot of things. He's like me, but the opposite. But we have a lot of similarities. So it's really weird that how we connect. So, I'm trying to see where it's gonna go. He's older too, but he's got a way younger energy than I do. I'm more sleepy and I go to bed at a certain time, where he's like up all night. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see. But like I said, these kind of things are just for me to rant a little bit, share my thoughts about my personal life. And everything's not all roses for me either, but I do use a lot of timing, astrology, tarot, and even looking at other people's charts to see, is this right or is this the perfect time? I think one big lesson that I've been learning is how to love somebody without owning them. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you, is how do you love somebody without owning them? Like, allowing people the freedom to be themselves, to do what they want to do, without saying, oh, you're mine, And I think it's natural, or we're taught that we need to do that, but is that really love, Or you just, when you give people freedom to express themselves and give them freedom to love you the way they love, not the standard. I mean, we all have our own standard of love. We have our love language. Continue to love how you love. I love like I love. You know, when I love someone, like, this is how I do things. I'll cook or do something like that. You know, but you also have to see that this person's not you, and they come from a whole different, you know, family and stuff, and you got to figure out their love language, and it takes time. It takes time. Anyways, that's my rant. Those are my deep thoughts. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If y'all want to hear more about my crazy life, it's not that really crazy. It's pretty basic, but I do have a lot of deep thoughts about things, and I would love to share them with you. So be sure to hit me a like button, leave me a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going, because if you don't do it, then who will? Talk to you guys later. Peace out.